Hey everyone, welcome to the Knitting Den. This is episode number 178, I think, and today is Sunday, February 14th. My name's Denise and I'm also known as Knitting Den on Ravelry and Instagram. I want to welcome you if you're watching for the first time. Thanks for joining us and welcome back to everyone else. I know I haven't podcast for a little while again. I'll get into that in just a second. But first of all, happy Valentine's Day to everyone. I hope you're enjoying your day and being spoiled and all that good stuff. I was hoping to record today and then start getting back into a regular weekly episode. If not weekly, then at least a regular one, and then set it to every 2 weeks. But there's lots been going on, so I'll explain quickly right now, because some of you do know this and some of you don't. Some of you are not on Facebook and Instagram, where I have kind of put some news and updates. But my mom is in hospital again, and long story short, I booked a flight yesterday and I'll leave tomorrow afternoon. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm hoping that she's going to get out of hospital soon and I can spend the next 3 weeks with her and help her and give my sister a break. I don't want to go into all the details. I know I think I mentioned it the last time I recorded, that she'd had a fall. She wasn't well and she'd gone into hospital, but then she wanted to get out. She wanted to come home because she wasn't eating. I think I talked about that last time. She's had a few falls since then. I think she needs full-time care, and we've got carers in about 3 or 4 or 5 times a day, but she's on her own overnight. And that's when the last couple of times she's kind of tried to get out of bed and fallen. So, as I said, long story short, I'm going home tomorrow. I still expect to be online as much as I am normally, to keep up to date with everyone. But I'm looking forward to being there again. I couldn't wait till June. I think, you know, my mum is a fighter, and one minute she seems like she's very weary. She is very frail, and she's in pain a lot because of the falls and things. But the next minute she's eating a little better and seems a little perkier. So I'm hoping that is the case when I get there. They will release her from hospital in the next few days perhaps, and I'll get to spend a good 2 weeks or more staying with her 24/7 and looking after her until give my sister a break, and then let us all as a family try to figure out what to do. So with that said, I've wrote a couple of notes, which is why I'm glancing over here. I wanted to record today before I leave, because I might not get to record for the next 3 weeks. I might be able to do a quick little snippet of a video for a few seconds on Instagram or Facebook perhaps, but I doubt I'll get the chance to sit down and chat. So I did want to do that today before I leave. Even though I've got a ton of stuff to do, this was one of the important things, because I've got lots to show you, lots to chat about, mainly the retreat that I just got back from earlier this week. Goodness, I lose track of the days, but I've got all that to talk about, and the Disney trip after the retreat. We had, Sam, Stealth Dragon on Ravelry, and Kimberly, who was Sock Bunny on Ravelry. We treated ourselves to a day or two down at Orlando. One of the days was in Disney World or Magic Kingdom, and the other one was just shopping around what they call Disney Springs now, which used to be Downtown Disney. If I sound nasally, I think it's because of the flying, and I'm kind of a bit blocked up still, so I just hear it in my voice, but it won't ruin the show, so to speak. And the other main thing before I get into knitting and everything is, some of you again will know this, but just before I went away to the retreat, I had made a decision, or we'd as a family made a decision to pull Kristen out of school and start homeschooling for the rest of the year. I know I don't need to explain why, so that's all I'm going to leave it as. So Kristen's home, me going home to see Mum, knowing that she's home and husband doesn't have to, you know, get her to school and go pick her up and set times. He does usually go out a lot earlier than she has to go to school. It's kind of made that a little easier. So timing, you know, it's pretty good the way the timing has gone. So she'll be home. She's 15. She's homeschooling, doing all of that, and so she's quite capable of looking after herself, I should say, really. But you know, her dad's still here as well, and the two of them together get on great when I'm not here. They do what they need to have to do. They just don't do it when I'm here because I spoil them and I do everything. But I'm going home and I'm going to do everything for my mum so that they'll be okay. With that said, let's chat about finished objects. I've got works in progress, only a couple. I do have lots of show and tell. I have a little book talk. I think I did it. I've got everything spread out on the bed here. And some girly chatter, which will be the retreat and the Disney. We'll talk about that then. Goodies to show you that I've got for giveaways, but I won't do that until I get back. And yeah, just a little bit more chatting about a couple of things after the retreat that hopefully I'll get to if this doesn't end up too long. So, finished objects. I am wearing one, and I'll show you at first, I guess. No, yes I will. So you can tell, and I think I'm kind of close up to the camera. This I am wearing, finally, my Nurmalintu, which I have to say I wore a lot when I was in Florida as well, and I wore all day around Disney World. It's really nice around my neck. And I'll take it off for a minute then, show you. This is the third one I've knit, and I finally kept this one for myself. And it's, you know, well, that's my wingspan, my arm span, and it's droopy like that. So it is a little, I blocked it, so it is a little longer. And it fits, as you just saw, fits easily, nice around my neck, pull it up. Oh, not that tight, but you can. If it's really cold, I think I did have it like this at some point in Disney World, because Florida was a little chilly. Didn't spoil anything, but it was chillier than they normally get. We were sometimes low 60s, and they did have a little rain when we first got there. So that is Nurmalintu. It is a free pattern. And where did I put it? I think it's in here. I was going to show you as much as I can because this is the last time you'll see it. It's a free pattern on Ravelry. It's this cute scarf, shawlette, whatever you want to call it. And I used, and I was going to tell you the needles, and they are still in the bag, so I think this is the ones I used. I usually go down a needle size, so this was done on a size 4 because I'm very loose knitter. These are my, I want to say carbons. Terrible at remembering. And the yarn I did actually use, and this is how much I had left, is Dream Smooshy with Cashmere, sock weight yarn, fingering. Always blurs. And that is 70% superwash merino wool, 20% cashmere, so it's super soft, and 10% nylon. 400 yards in this. And I have to say, this yarn was just so nice to knit with. I plan on focusing on more shawls and lacy beaded scarves and things in the coming months, and I'll talk about that in the coming months as I show you things I cast on. So that is one finished object. The other one, I can't remember if I actually showed you this or if I just put pictures on Instagram. Maybe I did show you, but I'm showing you again in case I didn't, because I'm a little forgetful these days. What with everything going on, it's crazy. This was the hanging leaf shawl, and I can't remember if I showed you it after I blocked it. And if I did, I'm sorry for the repeat, but I just wanted to show you it again. No, because I absolutely love it. And again, this is going to be for me. Look how I'm putting it on top of there. I did take pictures and they're on Instagram. Maybe I shouldn't put it on, but I like it. it took a while to knit, only because I kind of let it hibernate a little while. If I had just carried on with it, it would have been a faster knit, because it's all it is, as you can see, is stocking stitch, stockingette, and then at the end a nice leafy pattern, which I did get used to, and it was I think I kind of memorized the pattern once you did a few leaves, so it was really nice. This is from, and you can see exact, look, I brought this as well, it's the exact, it looks the exact same one, because I used the exact same yarn and the exact colours. Not very often I do that, but I do like to do that, but it's not often it happens. So that was a finished object. It might be a repeated finished object, but still. So I have a couple of projects that I'm working on, and I took this to the retreat because I thought I might be able to get it finished. I'm a bit dubious now because I don't know if I'm going to have enough yarn. It is this pattern from Berroco, and it's I'm using the same yarn, Berroco Linus. I'm using it in this lovely chartreusey kind of green. It's not neon, it looks a bit brighter for you, but I would kind of call this a chartreuse. So I took it with me because I was getting right close to the arms. It looks a right baggy mess right now. I have split for the arms, and I'm doing the back. Right, I do leave the other, let's see if I can show you. I kind of leave, where is it? Here we go. Ooh, I don't want them falling off. I do leave the other half on my needles. I don't put it on waste yarn, so then it does kind of get a bit tricky to hold up. But I've decreased, I'm going up the back. But this is all I've got left. And once you get to the back, it's telling me to keep this yarn on this side, and then rejoin some yarn on this side and do the shoulders, you know, a little bit decreasing and shaping at the same time. Well, I can't if this is all I've got, because I don't know where the center of it is. So I either just do one side and mark down, you know, the rows, because I want it to be exact and not just have to guess, and then do the other side. And if there's not enough yarn in this, I either have to go online and see if I can find one with the same dye lot, or come up with some other creative idea. I don't know. I think I'm going to pack this and take it home, because if I'm in the house with my mum, this is something I can definitely finish off, because it's just shaping and it's just stockinette. So that is what I was working on a little at the retreat. I didn't take much to the retreat, and I thought I'll focus on getting this done. And I can't remember, I'm trying to think what else I took. I didn't take that stole. It's in here as well. I'm kind of squashing things in, so maybe, I can't remember if I did. But I didn't work on it if I did take it. So that's squashed in there right now, and I won't go into it until I've got something to show you. So yeah, that was the... Did I have the ball band to show you? I did. This is Berroco Linus. And I think, you know, for anyone watching for the first time, I guess, I've shown this before, but it goes blurry when I hold it, but it's kind of like a tape. Almost looks like selvage, not selvage. When you do that overlocking on a sewing machine, it kind of looks like that. But I think it'd be nice and soft and loose and drapey when I block it. And I might get that finished in the next 3 weeks if I focus on it when I go home. The other thing, let us see, I did pull this out. I think I showed you this last time, so it's on the bed, but I'll put it away. I can't remember if I showed you it. I bought yarn for this at the retreat I went to last September, but I was knitting it on these new, I think these are Chow Goo. and it was coming out a little bit too loose, and that's a completely bright red compared to where it is. It's reds just don't show up, so there's no point in trying to explain what shade it is. But I pulled it out because it was too loose, and I haven't got it on the needles yet. This is the yarn. I've got 3 skeins, that's what it called for. And I'll just, that's just going to go in hibernation for a few weeks until I get back. And the other things I have on the needles, I nearly had these as a finished object, FO, my socks. But I got busy yesterday, and I should get this done tonight if I sit down. I'm decreasing for the tour, but I got so busy. I was trying to do laundry from my trip and do hubby's laundry, because it had been sat there for a week as well, waiting for me. And now I'm going again, going off on a trip again, so I was trying to do a ton of laundry, and I didn't actually get this done last night. I might get it done tonight, and it will be a finished object when I get home. So this is just plain vanilla sock. I'm using the heel pattern and everything from the Hermione's Everyday Sock, and this yarn is, and I don't have the label, what a surprise, but this is Barocco, a comfort sock, I think it is. I always use size 1, that's US 1. I don't know what that is in millimeters because I haven't written it down. But they are just about off the needles. And I actually took these to Florida, and I had them with me in Disney World, in Magic Kingdom. And I had my picture taken with Winnie the Pooh and Tigger. And I was actually holding this bag. I'll show you pictures. There might be pictures on the beginning of the podcast or the end. I don't know which yet, but I will try to put a few on of the retreat. So I've got those just about finished, and then while I was at the retreat, I was naughty and I cast something on, and it was kind of like it was going to be a joint knit along with Sam, who is Stealth Dragon. I think she's on Ravelry as Stealth Dragon, but she has the podcast Knit Run Dig, and Sam flew all the way from London for the retreat, and this is it's the third retreat, and it's the third time Sam's been, so I hope that she gets to come every year like I'm going to try to do. It's a long trip, and it's amazing that she comes all that way, but we love that she does. She has been on other retreats as well, but I love that she comes to that one. So it's always nice to see her. So I showed her my Nurmalin too. This is how it started, and she showed me a pattern that was similar on Ravelry. And I haven't printed it out, and I haven't got it to show you. And I think it's called Waiting for Rain, or Waiting for the Rain. I'll tell you more details the next time, but because it's only just being cast on. And at the retreat, we were going, and I'm in the middle of a row, or the beginning of a row. We were going to try to add beads to this. It's not a beaded shawl, but we were going to try and add beads, but it was just tricky. We were shown how to try and add the beads to these, in between these yarn overs and that, and it just, we weren't very good at it, so we stopped. In fact, Sam she was getting a little frustrated, pulled hers out. She hadn't knit this much, but she'd pulled it out. I pulled mine out, we both tried again, and I don't think Sam's cast back on yet, but I did. And again, because it's kind of easy knitting and I'm just increasing, this is going to be something I can probably work on the plane, and definitely work on, at my mum's, or while she's in hospital, at the side of her bed. The yarn, and I do have it, it takes 2 skeins, and I got this from the retreat. It's a little darker purple for you than I'm seeing, but this is gorgeous yarn from Blueberry Chick Yarn, who is actually also Kay from Bead Sisters bags. And I've given a bag away before from Kay. She started dyeing yarn, and she had some gorgeous stuff there at the retreat. She was vending, and I could have bought quite a lot more, but I was good. I bought 2 for this particular project. And this is her sparkle base. If you can see, you might be able to see it's got stellina in it. I want one of them cameras that focus when you hold things up close. And it is a 75, 20 and a 5. 75 is superwash merino and some nylon, and then stellina, 5% stellina, 2-ply, 438 yards. So 2-ply is fingering weight. And I love our label, Blueberry Chick. I think Blueberry Chick is actually her Ravelry name as well. Might be his Instagram, because I think she might be Bead Sisters on Ravelry. No, I don't know. But I'm going off the top of my head here, and there's so much other stuff inside the top of my head that you just have to take it for what it is. That's all I can tell you about that. That was one of the, this is one of the yarns I was going to show, which I've already showed you now, from the retreat as well. That was about everything that I'm knitting. Show and tell. Ooh. Alright, before I get into what I bought at the retreat and what I was gifted and what I won, I did have something I bought before I left for the retreat, and excuse the crinkling of the bag, but you know how I love my Barocco, right? Doesn't even have it on there. Oh yes, it does. Duh. Well, I saw on my local yarn store's Facebook page that Barocco's come out with some more new yarn, and she always has the booklets to go with it, or the booklets, and I had to run down there and get this. And it's a Barocco, it's called Corsica, and I got the, like a bluey grey. It is blue, but just not as deep as that. More like a very, very light denim blue, I would say, because you can see, I don't know if you can, that it's not a solid colour. Probably hard to see because it's blurry, but it is a cotton and cashmere mix, but just 90-10, but still soft, and it's cotton, so it won't be prickly. And I think I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got 7 balls of that, specifically for, and I don't know if this is going to happen, to be honest, guys. I liked the look of this, and I did mention, I think on Instagram, and I took it with me to the retreat, but I just never had time to ask anyone to look at it with me. But I thought I might be able to be very adventurous and do this. I'm a very, very novice crocheter, so if you've been watching this podcast for a while, you'll know that. This is crochet and knit patterns, so, and I loved that one on the front as well. But I thought I'd wear that cute little cardigan more, especially in the springtime. I'll just show you what else is in, because if I can't figure that out, I might actually knit with this yarn, because there's a nice sweater in here that I like as well. So there's this, which is on the front. Then you have a longer style. It's a slightly different pattern in its dress. I hope you can see that okay. And then we have, this is the knitted sweater I could definitely do with that yarn, if I can't do anything with the crochet. And then you have the, where I just showed you that cute little cardigan, and then you've got this crocheted scarf, and this cardigan, which I wouldn't knit because I just don't like that style. It's kind of like a baggy raglan cardigan that my mum used to knit when you would increase after the ribbing. I don't normally wear them like that now. And finally on the back there's another scarf, and that's a knitted one. So that was what I bought before I went to the retreat. So let's show you a few goodies from the retreat. I've just showed you the purple yarn, and then I like to try and shop at all the vendors. There was 5 or 6, I think there was 6 of them there this year. And so from Sock Bunny, I bought myself this, and it's called Some Bunny Loves You, on her Janie fingering weight. Janie is the base, I guess, it's fingering weight. and it's the MCN blend, Superwash Merino, 10% cashmere and 10% nylon. So that is gorgeous blues. Pretty on colour, pretty on colour, but you know, it's like pretty close to colour to what I'm seeing, so that shows up well. And I got two because that might well be a shawl in the near future as well. If not, it can be hats, mittens, gloves or whatever. But I bought two. Normally I'll only buy one skein of fingering, but I'm buying two so that I can look at other larger shawls should I want to. And then I picked this beautiful skein of yarn from Daisy Knits. This is her dewy lace base, which, yeah, it's a lace base, and she's called this one Call Box. It's got stellina in it. It's a 75% merino, 20% silk in this one, and the 5% stellina. 875 yards, and it's absolutely gorgeous. You can see the sparkles and the different shades of blue, and this reminds me of like a midnight blue. So to me it looked like the midnight sky with stars in it, but I guess it's all the shades of blue as Doctor Who's call box of his TARDIS is flying through the midnight sky. Who knows? But I love it, and it feels so soft. I think I bought, can't remember now, I'm sure I did, but I can't see them because I'm not being very organised. What a surprise. But I think I bought beads for this from Melly, who was at the retreat, and she was also vending, and I think she's Gilded Lily on Ravelry. So I'm going to go over and talk about all of these again when I get back from my trip and link up to everyone. And I'll do that when I come back, because I'm going to link and tell you more about their yarns and their products, because I'm going to have some giveaways. So that was from me. And so more yarn. Oh, let me grab this one first. And I don't know what I've done with the label already. This and that's again not true to colour really. This is I would call it a pink, but it's not cerise, it's more like a fuchsia pink, but not deep. Can't remember what it's called now, because I don't know what I did with the label. It's Sock Bunny's yarn, so I got this one as well. And the reason I got this was this worsted weight, and I cast on a hat and decided I was going to try continental knitting again. I've tried it before, but I only did a few rows of something. Well, guess what? I decided not to do continental knitting. After about 3 rounds, I started on a hat. I thought, people say start with a baby hat, but I figured I'll start with an adult hat because I would wear it. But I don't know. After 3 or 4 rounds, I start questioning it again. Why am I trying to do this? It's frustrating me. It's not enjoyable. And I know you probably need to give it more time than that, but then I start asking why. Why am I trying to knit continental? It's not like I'm wanting to knit faster. I don't want to knit colour work. I don't do that very often. And when I do, let me grab this drink a minute. When I do, I can still do the colour work with, you know, throwing, which is where I do. So life's too short, and I've got to knit because I like it, and I did not like this. So I pulled it out, and again, because it's balled up, I wouldn't mind finding a pattern to knit a hat with for me, or some nice mittens. I like cable work when it's like plain coloured like this. So that's what, excuse me, that was one of, again, another of my purchases. This, which is in a bag, was not a purchase. This was a door prize. And it was fabulous. We got to pick what we wanted depending on when our name was pulled out and what was on the table. And I had to pick this. Doesn't it look fabulous? Again, the green looks a funny green there, but it is that kind of limey chartreuse green. And then it's orange, and then to me, I would call that navy blue. It might be coming up purple, I don't know. But I got this because It's self-striping. I don't have self-striping in my stash. I never do. I've only knit with it like 2, maybe 3 times. I've knit socks with self-striping, and it's already balled up, so I don't have to make a cake, which I don't enjoy either. So I picked this. It's Saturated Sock Self-Striping from BCY and Berry Colour Yarnings, I guess that is what that means. And they're on etsy.com/shop/very colourful-yarning. And their colourway is called Spooky. It's 25% nylon and 75% merino, 463 yards, and I'm thinking I might cast some socks on very soon with this. I don't think I've got other socks on the needles because I pulled out the ones I had. So that was a prize. Oh, this is a purchase, some more purchases from the retreat, so let me go through these a minute. And I know I have beads, and I don't know where I put them yet. I bought beads from Gilded Lily for my shawls. I got these and this little box and these stitch markers from Snarky Llama, who was Melissa. Oh, I can't get this open. I'm using some of these already. I thought they were adorable. Little sheepsy stitch markers. So I got those purchased, and then I did buy the Sock Bunny retreat kit that Daisy Knits and Christine from Rainstorm Studios and Snarky Llama, Melissa, put together. You pre-ordered this and then we got it at the retreat. I haven't took it out of the bag, so I don't want to crinkle it all, but we got 4 little mini schemes. There's an orange there as well, look. Green, blue, yellow, orange, based on John John's colours. And if you don't know who John John is, you need to go start watching Kimberly's Sock Bunny Knit and Fit podcast. And there he is. I'll show you him. Oh, John John, I miss you already. That is John John, the rabbit. That is my friend Kimberly's. Well, he's the star of her podcast. If you're lucky, you'll see him make an appearance when you watch it. And then the little bag from Christine of Rainstorm Studios. It's like a little box bag, but for your notions, which is super cute. And I still have here, I do have more purchases. I actually bought this bag, which I haven't used yet, and I just think it's fabulous. This is from Christine of Rainstorm Studios. I don't know what to put in it yet. Maybe it's when I cast on a shawl, and it's just fabric inside. I just loved it. So that was my bag this year from Christine. Then the other yarn I've got sitting here, I don't know that is this is what I had, and I had socks on the needles. I think I'd started the Rose City roller socks, you know, the very short ankle socks. But I pulled them out because I just wasn't getting anywhere with them, and I don't like things sitting on the needles that long. I lose interest in them, so I decided to rip it out. I'd only done the tiny little cuff, you know, and then done the heel. I hadn't even turned the heel, so I ripped it out. But this was the opal. This is the first opal I've bought and saw, and this was from, again, the retreat I was in last year, last September in Buena Vista, up here in Colorado. So I bought that, but I squealed when I got a little gift from Sam, who we share. Well, last year we shared a room. There was 4 of us, and it was Dale, Sam, Kimberly, and me, and we kind of brought each other a little roommate gift, and so we did the same this year. And this was my gift from Sam, and it's two balls of opal yarn, and I absolutely love them. I can't wait to start knitting something like this. I usually just will knit socks, but I'm thinking I might find a shawlette as well, although actually I don't think I would wear it around my neck. So it's not as soft as the cashmere-y stuff. So I think I will I'll do socks. That's what everybody seems to do with their opal, because I think it's hard wearing or wears well for socks and everything. So that is a gift. And then I had to show you these because I haven't got everything else with me just yet. This was a little swap gift in the retreat. We did about 15 of us did little swaps, but I just have to show you these cute stitch markers with the bunny and the carrots and this is Kay from the Blueberry Chick Yarns and Bead Sisters, and this was our little swap gift, and that one is trying to turn it round. That's just a skein of yarn, carrots and bunny rabbit in honour of the sock bunny John retreat, and then it came with this little mini skein as well, so I just couldn't not show you that. And then everyone, I don't know what to show you next. I've still got lots of goodies, but I won't show absolutely everything. I'll show more again, but I had to show you this because the past 2 years I've bought a Tervis, as most of you know. I bought a Tervis when I got to Florida. Kimberly got me onto these, and a lot of the retreaters are into Tervises. I've only got one big one like this. I had one small one. It's downstairs that I got last year. And then it was when I went back to Florida for a quick visit, not the retreat, last October, to visit Kimberly, I treated myself to another one. I got this fun crab one. It's got paper towel in there, so that I think it might have been a little wet. I'm not sure when I packed it. And then, look at this. Isn't that fab? This was a gift from Kimberly. This was our roommate gift. So 3 of us got that. But in our retreat bags, our goodie bags, everyone got one of these. It's a tiny mini Tervis for your keychain. And I mean, the lid actually comes off, so you can put stitch markers in here. If I can get it off there. But you don't lose it. So it's a great little stitch marker holder, and you can put it on your bag, or you can put it inside your bag, and it was just fabulous. Everybody loved getting that. Okay, and let's see what else. Okay, girly chatter. So I'm kind of telling you a little about the retreat by showing, going through all the goodies I'd bought there and gifts I'd got and door prizes. As I said, I haven't showed you everything, but I have to tell you, I'm so glad I went. I wasn't sure if I would go this year, I guess because I'd already been in October for when it was like fall break here. I wasn't sure if I'd go again, but then I decided, what the heck, I will. Why not? Life's too short. I was so glad I did. I think last year we only had 11 or 12 of us. This year there was, I'm sure, it was originally going to be 19. I think it still was 19 because I think somebody had to cancel, last minute, but then someone else came in. So there was, I think, 19 of us, or 17 or 19. I don't know exact. I can't count right now in my head. But it was just such a fun time. I just love it. I don't think I'll ever miss it. I would like to go on other retreats, but I don't think I'll ever miss the Florida one. And Kimberly, I have to say thank you to you for organising all of that. It looks like it would be easy for those that don't have to do anything. You just turn up, you go in the hotel, and you sit and knit with your friends for 3 days. You get prizes. You go out to lunch together, and it's a fabulous time. But I know there's more to it than all of that, and I so appreciate Kimberly doing that. And for I know for other girls that do retreats as well, it's a lot of hard work, and I'm sure you all know that everyone that attends truly appreciates everything you do to make it a fabulous time. And Kimberly definitely did that. So I can't wait to go back again, but I'm not going to wish the year away. So what else was there to tell you about the retreat? It was just so nice meeting everyone. I have to show you this because I've kind of added to my collection of mugs as well. This was from Lisa in Oklahoma, and Lisa is Daisy Knits' mom. Daisy Knits' mom. So she said, "Oh, I hope you haven't got one from Oklahoma," which I don't, and I just love it, and I just love the size. So thank you for that, Lisa, and thank you to everyone. I don't mean to miss anyone out, but thank you to everyone that did little swaps with me, and again to Sam and to Dale, who gave me a little roommate gift as well. Hers was some yummy Wolf Farms smelly soaps and lotions and things, so that was a treat as well. And moving right into the visit, I'm going to show you some prizes in a minute that I'll do when I get back from my trip home. But I had to, I also got another Starbucksy mug from Magic Kingdom. Isn't that fabulous? I did see one later on before we came home for Orlando, but I'll look for that when I go back again. I didn't want to just, my suitcase was getting a bit heavy too, so I had to bear that in mind. And going back to Turvey, the Turvises, we actually got this in our goodie bag as well. Can you believe that? A full-sized. I use this for coffee mainly, these sizes, because it does keep my coffee hot. So again, thank you, Kimberly, for organising all of that. What a treat! That was fabulous. And yes, I use coffee. I put my coffee a lot in the Turvis. So the mugs that I'm collecting, what I've decided and what I started doing, so that I use them, because I only have 1 cup of coffee a day, and I'm using a Turvis. So if I don't have a cup of tea at some point, I'm not using a mug every single day. But what I've just done recently, and what I've decided to do, is I'm going to use my mugs, and especially, you know, the big ones like this, for soup and chili. So, you know, this would be, I would use that for soup, and then this one, it's like a bowl with a handle. I'm going to start putting my chili and soupy stuff in them. So that is how I will get to use all of my fun mugs and cups. And alright, I don't know how, okay, it's 42 minutes by this. Let me show you, and I'm going to take these off because there's not much to say about Disney other than we had a fabulous time, and I finally bought myself my Minnie Mouse ears. I think, well, I haven't been to Disney World in about 7 years, but last time it was when you go down to Disney Springs, or, you know, downtown Disney, that you can buy everything that you can buy in Disney World or Disney stores in the malls and that. So of course, last time I was there, I was trying on Minnie Mouse ears, but I didn't buy them because they tend to dig in behind my ears. But what I've found with this is if I tip it back a bit, they stay on still, but they don't dig into that kind of bone behind your ear. So I bought them, and I just think they're fabulous. They just make me laugh, and I will take them every time I go to Florida. I'm not sure if we're planning on Disney World Magic Kingdom again next year, or we've talked about doing something else like Busch Gardens or something after the retreat for a couple of days. It just makes it special, and it makes it a little bit of a longer trip for Sam, because she's come all that way as well. So I'll leave these on for a couple of minutes to make you smile, and before I go, I'm going to show you the wonderful vendors from the retreat offered some of us podcasters something to give away. And as I said, now that you know, I wasn't expecting to be flying home tomorrow, so I'm going to show you these quickly, because they're just, you know, I just want to show you them because they're pretty. I'll not set up, or maybe I could. No, I was going to say I'll not set up any giveaway threads yet until I've got a chance to say more about them and link up to, you know, the sellers, and maybe set some kind of a give a question or something like that, you know, to answer, to be entered into the drawing giveaway. So the girls asked us just to pick something, and sometimes it's hard to do because everything's fabulous, but I picked a skein of this gorgeous yarn from Sock Bunny, and it's called Marvelous, and it's quite true to colour there, I think, mauve coloured, and this is Paprika base, which is fingering weight. It's a 75% superwash BFL and a 25% nylon, and that feels super soft. So that is going to be a giveaway. I was asked to pick something from Blueberry Chick yarn, but also she has yarn and bags, but I couldn't resist. I had to bring you this home. And this was called After the Circus. And if you cannot see, it does have, yeah, you can see, it's got the stellina in it. And again, pretty true to colour. It's just so party-ish and colourful, and I just loved looking at it. This is a glimmer base that she has, which again, 70-25-5, superwash merino, nylon and stellina, fingering weight, 460 yards. So you'll have a chance to win that. It's super soft as well, absolutely gorgeous and soft. And then I thought I'd be a little different, and I've picked to give away from Daisy Knits. I think you're called, I don't know if they're called Sock Bank or Sock Blank. Is it Sock Blank? I picked this for you guys. Look at that. Now, I have to say, I'm going to be honest here, and I have said this to Jen, I just don't get the concept. I don't know, I can't do it. I don't think I can knit something from something that already was knitted. It's just not, it doesn't appeal to me, and I don't like that as I knit, this would be all like crinkly. But I just, if anything, if I did get something like this, I'd have to wind it into a cake. But I just loved the colours, the colourway Jen did. It's like a mustardy, yellowy colour down here with the greens, and then, as you can see, just blends of green and a little deeper at this end. Fabulous. And again, this does have stellina in it, and it's she's called this Dewy Sock. It's again 75% superwash merino, 20% nylon and the 5% stellina, 430 yards. What I said was I would put both these ends on a needle and graft them together, and I would have instantly a cow. Because it's already knit, why would I want to unpick it? I don't know. People like to do that. The colours are fabulous, but I thought it would make quite a nice cowl if I just kitchener stitched or 3 needle bind off or something. I thought I might do. I'm not going to do it. Anyway, that's to give away to one lucky winner. And then I also picked, I just love Christine's see-through bag, so I picked it's a medium window bag. I've got one of my big ones over there. So this is from Christine. This is going to be a giveaway. She is right now, I think she's took everything out of our shop because she's going to be revamping and I think redoing the sizes of her bags, and she's got lots of fabulous designs of bags. But I think it's going to be sometime in March that she'll restock, and I'll be able to let you know when that is, when I do the giveaway for this as well. Okay, I did have a couple of other things I was going to talk about, but I think I'll leave them till next time. Nothing to show you, it was just chatting about certain things, and lots of, these are sliding off my head now. Just some things that I've just found out since the retreat. That's a great thing about going and chatting with your girlfriends, not just about knitting, but I've been told about a couple of things. I'll tell you what they are, but I'm not going into detail. I wanted to search around and look for more information on the Pomodoro technique for getting things done. You might have heard of these things. I also, Kimberly told me about a website, or I think it's a book, but it's a website as well. I wanted to look at and start trying to implement, and that is called Miracle Morning. And again, you might know all about them, or you might just want to find it, go Google them. So that's why I'm telling you the names. And the other one, which I thought was fun, I haven't done it, and I'm going to be looking into it, is called Capsule Wardrobe, like capsule, C-A-P-S-U-L-E, Capsule Wardrobe, where you rotate your clothes and you wear for a whole month, not a whole month, you have 30 items in your wardrobe for a month, and that's all you wear. And then you can rotate out clothes, you know, your summer clothes, or pick a theme. Maybe you only wear, I don't know, white, pink and green that month or something. I don't know. It doesn't have to have a theme, but it's just usually about 30 items. Keeps your closet and your wardrobe has less clutter because you've packed the other stuff away. It sounds interesting, so it's one of the things I was going to look at, and you know, I think it might be fun, but I don't know. I definitely want to start looking into that Pomodoro technique. If you've not heard of it, go Google it. It's Pomodoro is apparently tomato in Italian, and it's setting a task over a 25-minute period, and then taking a 5-minute break, and then going back to that task for another 25 minutes, taking another 5-minute break, and doing that up to 4 times, and then taking a longer break of about 25 or 30 minutes. I haven't had a chance to implement that. I'm going to look into it for when I get back. But with all that said, it's up to 51 minutes, so I don't think that's so bad. I've got a ton of things to do. I will be online while I'm home. So I will see messages. You can send me a message on Ravelry. If you're on Facebook, I'll see them, and definitely on Instagram. I'll see any messages and that there. And I do want to say a huge thank you to everyone for your thoughts and prayers and your kind words. You know that it just means the world to me to know that you're out there. And yeah, I'll admit I'm going through a little bit of a difficult time, but I think I'm going to come out of this a lot stronger than I thought I was. So we'll see. It's just, I think it's a growing period. You know, I'm growing. I'm 52, but you're still learning and you're still growing. But yeah, it's not all bad. There's things that are good. There's nothing else I can say about it really. But thank you for sitting down. I hope you enjoyed sitting with me today. And I do hope to get back to some kind of a regular recording, but it might not be weekly. Might be every other week. That way there's no pressure. There's not as much pressure on me to try and get something knit to show you. And I know many podcasters do every 2 weeks. So I'm sure that would go over well with everyone. I can't say hope you come back next week now though, so I will say I hope you all have a fabulous week, and I hope you come back soon and join me in the knitting den. Bye guys.